have some technical difficulties. We just want to make sure that our live is right so you can hear, because I don't want y'all to miss this book discussion, okay? I'm interviewing SynahMoon Meroe, and she wrote this book called Grandma's Secrets. So stop by the Doc Bookshop and pick up this book. I am Donna Craddock, one of the co-owners of the Doc Bookshop. We've been around for 17 years. And so if you're in the area, please come see us. We're on the east side of Fort Worth. And I'm going to check again just to make sure we operating right. Yes. We just want to make sure we're up and right, okay? So let me go and check. Make sure I like it again.
That sounds
just to
good.
Make sure we operating right. Okay, I like that volume.
That sounds good.
Okay, let me make sure our YouTube is on. And while I'm doing this, please share, please gather in. And because again, we got a great conversation. You know.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, that's nice. I wonder why.
And it's on YouTube.
Oh, it sounds worse now.
I'm gonna have to download my Facebook one. Okay, we're gonna at least we got one of them working right. We got Facebook. Yes. All right, so welcome everyone. Again, thank you all for being here. And if you're experiencing some staticky noise, let me know, because we want to get that fixed. I don't know why it's doing that, but I think it's really on the YouTube. The Facebook is sounding okay, but my okay. Anyway, let's just delve into
yes.
Okay, because this technical stuff wears me out.
I know. It gets me too. It does.
Well, I'm excited just to be in conversation with you. You know, you have graced our store with your beautiful children on several occasions. Yeah. And when you said you had a book coming out, that was just exciting news. And now it is at completion and it's published. And now you're going around and talking about your book. So if you want to book her, we're going to get her information at the end. Have her come and talk to you about her book. Yeah. But so real quick, let's tell us about SynahMoon. SynahMoon Meroe. Who are you? Like,
so,
you know, where you from?
I am originally from Tacoma, Seattle area in Washington State.
Okay. Yeah, Washington State. Yes. Okay, the rainy state, they say.
It's rainy, it's gray, except for the spring and summer.
Okay. All righty. And so do y'all get a lot of snow there? Do y'all get?
Not anymore. Like when I was growing up, yeah, we got a lot of snow. It could get like up to my knees, but hardly any snow anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah, global warming is real.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. So you're from Washington, the state of Washington, not DC, y'all.
No,
from the
DC.
state of Washington.
Yes.
So that's in the north corner of the United States. When did you come to Texas?
We got here right before COVID hit. So it was December 2019.
2019. Okay. All right. And just tell us a little bit more. So how long you been writing?
Well, I've always been interested in writing. Like when I was in high school, high school, I took college prep English, and one of our assignments was to write a short story. And my teacher liked it so much, she asked me to get it typed up because she wanted to publish it in the school thing. I never got it typed up, but she was real mad about it.
Why you didn't get typed? Why you didn't have a typewriter? Why you didn't get it typed up?
I don't.
You didn't take it seriously?
Take it serious. I didn't.
She was trying to get you published at an early age.
I know. I didn't take it serious.
Okay.
16. I wasn't thinking about that. Just,
Okay. All righty. Well, let's get into your book. So tell us your inspiration for this book.
So my inspiration was having 13 children. And
she really actually birthed 13 children.
I birthed 13 children.
We had this conversation. I was in shock at first. I did not believe her because she does not look like you had 13 kids. Okay, she looked like one of her kids. I was. Yeah. You look amazing.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it because I didn't feel like I had enough knowledge to pass to them.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, so when they got to be like, I had four girls first, and when they got to be teenagers, I was like, I need to be able to pass things, and I wanted to have like a rite of passage for each one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And my my mother, aunts, and grandmothers didn't show up, so I was like, okay, I need to find a circle of women where I can get knowledge from.
Okay, okay. Did they lived in the area? They didn't take you serious when you say rites
No,
of passage or what?
they didn't understand rites of passage, and they're from the generation where you don't talk about certain things. You don't even talk about a menstrual. So,
Oh, yeah. They don't
yeah,
talk much in that generation.
I
Like
know.
you need a pet. I'm with you.
Yes.
I understand. Like we don't talk. They don't
Yeah.
share their men trouble. They don't share none of that.
Yeah,
Like
that's what's wrong with this.
yeah.
That's why I had to put
And so
grandma's
you so
secret
you're
together.
trying to put a circle together for your
Yes.
girls
Yes.
to just share wisdom and knowledge, and
Yes.
it didn't happen through your family. So did you find another circle or?
No, well, I started just talking to women, and I was going to create a circle, but then I started thinking, but what about the other people who are not even in our city that we don't know who still need this?
Okay, that's when you decided to put in the book.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and then you increased your circle of wisdom to include not just your family,
Yeah.
but just people you just
people,
you
and
know.
then some people were connecting me with other people I've never met. It just kept growing and growing.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So now you got your rites of passage
Yes.
in a
I
book.
have it. Yes.
Okay, and so let's delve into it then.
Yeah.
Grandma's Secrets, y'all. SynahMoon. You can go to our website and get the book, or you can stop by the Doc Bookshop and get the book, or get the book wherever books are sold if you're not near us. So let's just kind of just delve into it, chapter by chapter, you know?
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes.
Wisdom of the Matriarchs.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
So the wisdom of the matriarchs. Um, this is an anthology book.
Okay, so it has different stories in
Different
it,
stories, different
voices.
contributing authors.
Okay.
And so the wisdom of the matriarch are women who are prominent women. Some have written books themselves, and so I wanted to get their knowledge, put it in here first. So.
Okay, so give us some of these matriarchs. Who's who?
So my foreword is written by Dr. Nailani Valentine.
Okay.
And when she sent in her contribution, we didn't think it was going to be the foreword, but it was the way she wrote it. It was so perfect. I was like, that's got to be the foreword. So
Okay, and tell people who she is for those who may not know or be familiar with.
Dr. Nailani Valentine is the wife of Dr. Phil Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
So
and both of these individuals, I think they're in New York, but they have great knowledge on just spirituality, cosmology. Just
I know they've been like, especially like Dr.
they just
Phil.
sages. Okay.
Yeah, he's been around for how long?
A very long time.
Very
so
long time.
you know, dealing just with a lot of stuff, history, culture, all of that. So if you don't know, definitely look them up. True. Just master teachers.
Yes, they are. They are
master teachers.
They
yeah.
are.
So all right, and who are some other matriarchs that we know?
So Ife Teo White. She is a Reiki master. She also teaches.
Now, I'm not familiar with her. Where is she located?
She is in what is it called? I put all that in there too because I wanted people to say where they're from, and she's from St. Helena Island in South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So she teaches women to be doulas. She is a Reiki master, and she teaches people about Reiki. And
do you do Reiki and doula?
No, I don't.
Okay, you look like you do Reiki and doula.
I know. I thought about it, but I haven't gotten the time because I've been doing so many other things. But
well, you got 13 kids, so it's completely understandable. Yeah.
So I wanted to be a midwife at one point in time, and so the woman that I was going to, become her apprentice, she just asked me one day. She said, "Okay, so if a woman goes into labor like 2:00 in the morning and you have a newborn, what are you going to do?" And that was my deciding moment that I was not going to become a midwife.
Oh,
So
because you had a newborn?
I had a new.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the timing of it all.
yes. So I mean,
Did you have a midwife though? For you?
So
Did you?
for me, okay. So I've had 13. I had 6 children at home. Um, 2, I had a midwife. The
Okay.
rest, my husband and I delivered on our own.
Really?
Yes, we did.
You a bad girl. You a bad girl.
Oh my God. I think with my 3rd child that I had at home, I called the midwife after I was done.
You need to talk louder?
And y'all need to don't forget we're out here. Because y'all having a conversation to yourself.
Oh, we are. Yo, we have a live in studio audience as well. Shout out to our live in studio audience.
Yes. So,
Okay.
so I called her. I gave birth, took my shower.
Okay, yo, wait, back up. You talk about giving birth like it's just. We
got laundry.
Well, you like you doing like really?
With
So
my
it was
third
that
child-
easy for you?
Kind of. With my 3rd child, when I was in labor, I was playing video games. When it was time to go and push, I went in the room, pushed the baby out,
And
then I took a shower, got dressed, and went back to playing the video game. And so when the midwife came, she came in the house.
But who cut the cord and did all
My
that?
husband did.
He was ready for that? Like,
Well, we had that was baby number 6.
okay, that was
baby
y'all
number 6.
like this.
That's one of my babies right there.
You're like, this is our first rodeo. So
Yes.
so y'all had that kind of okay, this is
Yeah.
our first rodeo. We done did this. It's time. So come on out.
Yes. So yeah, after that, I took my shower and went back to playing the video game when the
But
midwife
okay,
came.
but for your first one, were you kind of nervous though? Having it
Yes.
home and not being at the hospital, just in case
Definitely. I
issues
was
and all that.
very nervous. But I had a really good midwife. She had 10 children herself. And, she was.
Y'all got me covered. Thank y'all. That's amazing.
Wow.
No, because I always regret. That's one of my regrets, not having kids.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not able. I didn't try it. I didn't had a lot of folk help me try. But
Oh my goodness.
anyway,
Mhm.
couldn't. But you got me covered though.
Yeah, I
You
guess I
know,
do.
you got 13.
Yes, I have 12 living. So yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so I forgot what we was talking about. What were we talking about? You got me stuck with you having babies at home and taking a shower. Just
But see, the thing is, like, back in the day, like, Grandma's Secrets, back in the day, that's what they did, They
yeah,
talked
I guess you're
about-
right. They didn't have all
They
the.
talked about how women would be picking cotton, give birth, clean up, and go right back to picking cotton. I mean, our bodies are really designed like that, but it's TV and it's, fear mongering that makes us afraid. Like, they talk about the girls that go in the bathroom at the prom and deliver a baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Amazing. Okay, so who else is in the book? We got Dr. Lalani. Is there anybody else we need to know?
So, I mean, there's several.
There's more. Okay.
There's several.
We're dealing with we on chapter 1 dealing with the
Yes,
wisdom
the
of the
wisdom
matriarchs.
Yes. So.
Yes, I love this.
Yes. And so, my editor, Tanya Parker, she has written several books. She is she calls herself the throat chakra shaman, and so
The
she
throat chakra.
throat chakra shaman, and she is she's very much into natural health and healing, and helping people to just ground themselves, learn about spirituality and understanding. She's coming out with another book, and I'm in her anthology that will be coming out. So.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go through this chapter, I mean, it's interesting. Like grandmother's love, nothing like a grandmother's love,
Mm-hmm.
and grandmothers know. They do know some stuff. They've been around.
Yes.
From the bedroom to the boardroom.
I know.
Okay.
I know. When she told me the title of her chapter, I don't know her.
From the bedroom to the
contribution. I was
boardroom.
like,
Okay.
whoa. Yeah.
Okay, then we get into old time religion.
Old time religion, yes.
Now, this is interesting. This is one chapter called A Message from Grandmother Harriet Tubman.
So yes, that is also from Tanya Parker, my editor, and she goes into meditation and she gets messages, and so I think she did 2 of them
Interesting.
in there like that, and I was like, whoa.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Order thy steps foot scrub. Oh, this is a recipe.
Yes, that one's a recipe.
Interesting.
We got some food recipes in there too.
And then we go into what goes on in the kitchen.
Yes.
You want to talk about that one?
Oh, that one is fun because, first you got stories of people learning to cook or people, remembering stories of cooking with grandma, aunt, mom. So they shared those, things. Some of those things they tell stories of when something went wrong.
Now, did you have a story in this one?
I do.
Okay, where's yours?
I think you just.
Did I pass yours? Where's your story? The best fried chicken ever?
Oh, no. I think it is. Wait, there's 2 of mine. Seasonal eating. I talk about seasonal eating and the importance of seasonal eating.
What do you mean by seasonal eating?
So, to eat
eating
season.
food.
Okay. Because
like I shouldn't be eating cherries in.
Yes, because
in
what's in season?
Well, when is cherries harvested? I don't even know when they're harvested because they're all year round. In the grocery
but they're not
store.
supposed to be. Yeah, in the grocery store. In the grocery stores.
So I don't really know when they're harvested because it's
I
really.
think cherries are spring.
Oh, okay.
I got a whole chart at home because what's in the food that is grown during that season has got the vitamins and the minerals to keep you healthy during that season. So when you eat stuff out of season, it kind of throws your rhythm with nature off.
Really?
Yes, it does. Because like apples and pears, those are like fall.
And I eat apples all year round, but I'm not supposed to. That's a fall.
Because if we were still, if it wasn't in the grocery store and we had to pick it off a tree, you wouldn't be able to eat it in the spring and summer because they're not there.
That's interesting, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't real. That's something to think about though. When you eat fruits out of season, it can negatively affect you.
Yes. And then we wonder, why am I getting sick? And people have
even though you think you're eating healthy, but you're not eating at the right time. We don't consider the time. We consider the food.
Yes.
But everything has a.
Yeah, and so
that's a thought.
Our rhythms are thrown off.
Well, let me just say, I'm going through this book and I'm running across some great recipes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, salmon croquettes, breakfast casserole. Did you offer any of these recipes at all?
A lot of them. A lot of them are mine.
Oh, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Are you a great cook?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that your son?
That's my son.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you like best that your mama cook? What you like best?
I'm gonna have to go with those enchiladas.
You like the enchiladas? Okay.
Good. All right.
Okay, that's just a potato salad. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wonderful.
Gumbo recipe in there.
So do you eat meat? Are you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, because you look like a person that don't eat meat.
No.
I wish you look like a really.
Well, we went through that.
Queen of food type person.
We went through that phase of not eating meat, and it was when he was a baby. We were vegans while I was pregnant with him, and then my son that came right after him. And then so when we transitioned back to okay, let's go back to eating, some meat and dairy, they ended up having intestinal problems.
With me?
With dairy. Dairy, yeah.
Oh, like he can't do dairy?
He can now, but when he was young, it took 2 years for his body to adjust. And they said,
because you had him so healthy.
Well, they say when you're pregnant, you should introduce a lot of things or your children become allergic to them because their bodies have not got the enzymes there, because you didn't do it. So their body's like, what is this when you finally introduce it? So
interesting.
Yeah. So and then my children, when we were vegan, maybe I was doing something wrong because not everybody's experiences this, but my children were not growing and their weight was they were underweight the whole time we were vegan. So
oh, okay. Yeah. So they needed some meat and potatoes.
The protein. They needed the protein.
They needed some meat and potatoes. Okay. Well, okay. There's some wonderful recipes in here. Spikes, banana bread.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get this book. I'm gonna start cooking. Southern sweet potato pie.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the feminine life.
The feminine life. Yes. So
Okay.
that's
Talk a little bit about that. Being feminine, feeling feminine,
yes.
vaginal health.
Yes. Like I said, those are the things like when I wanted to do the rite of passage for my daughters.
Okay.
Those are very important things for girls to know because I taught my daughters, but like when one of my daughters got older, she went into the military, and I don't know how she got on the subject with another female, and they were talking about wiping. And I did not know that there are teenage and grown women who don't know that you have to wipe from front to back. And that disturbed me. Like, what female doesn't know that?
Right.
But there are some that don't know. So, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you selling her books or is she selling her own books?
Oh, we're selling from the front counter.
She's gonna go.
Oh,
Okay.
Are you selling at the front counter?
There's some at the table. Ashley, give me a minute, y'all. We about to
Yes.
sell a book, so we got to take a pause.
they're on
We-
the table right
I
there.
put the book you gave me on the table.
no, on this table. Just grab one.
Yeah, I put the book. I was looking at one of her books. I put it back on the table.
Okay.
Okay.
So she can take that one.
Thank you.
And if you want to sign, just bring it back, and she can sign it real quick
Oh, okay.
after you purchase it. Okay.
Yes.
We promote book sales. That's what we do.
Yes.
And we just sold a book. Praise the Lord.
Yes.
Okay, so this is wonderful. So we're going through. This is the stuff you're talking about, your rites of passage for your girls, because
Yes.
these are topics that they just need to know, huh?
Yes.
The whole cotton panties and
Yes.
tampons and all the girly stuff,
All the girly stuff.
and dealing with casual sex and.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, you really get into it.
Yeah.
She really goes there. Okay.
Yes.
She talk about adult toys, all that. Okay.
Yes, because if you're not told the consequences, you can find out the hard way. And I know a woman who literally
What?
had her uterus fall out
From a toy?
from adult toys she'd been used. She didn't want to be with a man because she wasn't married, so she used toys for years and years. And then one day sat on the toilet and her uterus fell out. I know.
OMG.
I know, but you got to think about the chemicals that are in the toys. Plastic.
A lot of stuff,
There's a lot
yeah.
of stuff that's not supposed to go in there. So the repercussions can sometimes not be very good. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Be careful, ladies.
Yes,
If you're doing the
please.
toy thing, just not so frequently. If you got to do it. Because you don't know. No, seriously, people don't think about that.
Yeah,
Though.
you got to think about it. And then studies have shown that when women use toys a lot, that because toys can do some extra stuff. So when they get with a man cannot bring them to the place where a toy can. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, so that's interesting.
I know. It is, but this is why I said this stuff needs to be talked about. This stuff is not talked about.
Right, and you covering it. You covering
I want to.
it. Finding and keeping Mr. Right. Oh, you educate your girls.
This is stuff that
You ain't playing, okay?
Yes, and I'm getting knowledge not all from me. This is from other women. So it's not like I'm just the only one putting this.
Never belittle or embarrass your man.
Yes.
The way you get them is how you would lose them.
Mm-hmm.
The unspoken power of the penis.
Mm. Yeah, that story was interesting. That's not my story, but that story was.
Actually, nobody put their name to it on this one.
because it's talking about men who are not circumcised, and this is scientifically proven that men who are not circumcised excrete a different hormone from that part, and it can drive a woman crazy, like where she will be obsessed with him and let him go.
Really?
especially if she's a virgin and the first man she sleeps with is
Is-
uncircumcised. They said
It'll mess her up.
it'll mess her up. She will never get over him. And so these are things like, oh, nobody talks about this stuff. But like women down south,
Interesting.
I know. And
But most, unless they're doing home births, most most folks are at the hospital. You gonna get circumcised.
some people are not.
You know?
Some men are not circumcised.
Well, I know. I'm just saying. Yeah.
And like I said, it usually happens with a woman who's a virgin. It drives her crazy. But the woman.
Now that's a secret I have never heard in all my 50
There's
years.
a lot of secrets in there I ain't never heard of.
In
Have
all my
eyes
50 years,
popping
I
out.
have not heard of that one.
Oh boy, I heard it from more than one source. So,
All right then.
mhm. Yeah, I had never heard of you.
If you were in a crowd of 1,000 women, that would make you stand up for the rest. What would make you stand up for the rest? Okay.
Yes,
So stand down in the crowd. If you ask your girls that question, huh?
yes, several times. So I think that's important.
5 reasons relationships don't work. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, she goes into that 5. If y'all want to know the 5 reasons, get the book.
Gotta get the book.
Mhm. Okay, now we're on conception, pregnancy, and childbirth.
Yes.
This is good stuff that you're sharing with your girls. And let's talk about to make a very strong fertility promoting tea. Let's talk about that. Is that you doing the teas?
Yes, I do the teas.
Okay. So you do like a tea for fertility or
Fertility, for pregnancy, for nursing women if they don't produce enough milk. So yeah, I'm a certified natural healthcare consultant. So I've been studying herbs and things for a long time.
So what would you say is the primary herb or herb?
Herb. I say herb.
I say herb too, but I heard people say
I know.
herb.
Yeah.
What is a primary herb for women? Like
Red raspberry is a very, very good one.
red raspberry?
Red raspberry tea, yes, it is. And so for a woman, it's the moment she finds out red raspberry leaves. So the moment a woman finds out she's pregnant, she should start taking red raspberry leaves immediately because it helps to like.
I thought you meant like red raspberries.
No, red raspberry leaves.
But because we're dealing with tea. Okay, you're
yes.
right. Okay.
So it stops a lot of birth defects and it also stops premature labor. So
interesting. Another secret we just didn't know.
Yes.
Okay. And I love raspberries. I do.
I like red
raspberry sherbet.
tea.
Well, I need to get on the health part of
tried.
it. I need to be more healthy with mine, but like raspberry.
And it's good for men and women with fertility.
But I don't see a lot of raspberry tea though.
It's red. Well, it's the leaves, like I said. Red raspberry.
Yeah, but I'm just saying when I
you can go in the grocery store. It's in the tea aisle.
Maybe I don't pay attention to that. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're gonna keep it going. We almost through. She's talking about midwife. You are a midwife, right?
No, I was going to be, but yeah.
Oh, she posed that question, and you had to.
I had to stop and think
you was
about
like,
that. No.
I'm gonna take care of my baby.
Yes, I will.
Okay, so that was a good decision.
Mm-hmm.
But what is the difference between a doula and a midwife? I always wanted to know that.
So the midwife that I was telling you about that has been, she's almost 50 years into midwifery. She's the one that wrote that. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. So she has. Okay.
Yes, and it's.
I'm going to get the book so I can read this chapter to know the difference between a midwife and a doula. Because I always thought they were the same.
No, they're not. Definitely.
No, someone corrected me on that.
Yeah.
I am not a midwife.
Yeah. Midwives.
So I guess doulas are mainly there in the beginning.
And they're more.
And then a midwife come when the
doulas are not the hands-on, I catch a baby. They're there to comfort the mother, to make sure she's comfortable, give her water when she needs it. And a lot of doulas, after the baby's born, some will come, wash dishes, wash clothes.
Oh,
for the mother.
That's a good doula.
Midwives don't do that.
Yeah.
Midwives are not going to do that. So yeah, it makes
Midwife is basically deliver the baby,
Yes.
and we're not going to, rub your feet and do all
no,
that.
no.
Okay. How can you be in labor and not have contractions?
Oh my goodness, that's my story. Okay, so I
You
can
didn't
tell
have
you about that one. So no, what happened was, with one of my daughters, I had just these two were kind of close, and so I was like, okay, I'm kind of tired of being pregnant. So I started.
You would think you didn't think of that. There's this commercial going out talking about. You see that one?
Mm-mm.
Well, basically they said we got all these kids and blah blah blah,
Mhm.
and then the mama said there must be something in the air, and then the response person said it must be your legs. It's always on social media.
Oh
It's so
my
funny.
goodness, no, I've never seen that.
I crack up when I hear that one, but anyway.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that the good old time up there with the.
Have y'all seen that meme or that is that social media clip?
it must be something.
It's
in the
going
air.
on, yeah, because it's they have all these babies.
And
Like
they
this,
said,
this is your fourth baby.
That's your
Yes, this is my fourth baby. I'm so happy. And the mom said, "Oh, it must be something in the air." And then the responding lady be like, "Yeah, your legs." But you seen that? Yeah.
okay, yeah. So,
But
yes.
ain't nothing wrong with it though.
Yeah, that's
Okay. But you didn't have contractions?
So what happened was, like I said, I was like, I wanted to, kind of make the baby come early. So I started taking teas.
You didn't take your raspberry tea then.
No, I wanted her to come early. So
So you didn't take the tea.
heck no, because that would make her not come early.
Right.
So I started doing like corn silk, drinking corn silk tea, and doing the
That induces
castor
labor.
oil. Castor oil, yes. And so I went to my OBGYN, and I was already 5 centimeters. I was dilated 5 centimeters because I was doing all the things I was doing. And so one day I went to the bathroom. I was sitting on the counter, and I was putting my eyeliner on. And when I slid off the counter, my water broke. And I'm like, oh my goodness, the baby's coming. So I was waiting. I didn't get no contraction. And like 3 hours later, still no contractions. So then I was asking my husband, hey, take me outside. Let's play 2 square. Let's do stuff to try and, still no contractions. So what was it, like 8 hours? No, it was about 6-7 hours later. I called my midwife. And I told her, I said, okay, my water broke like 7 hours ago. I have not had one contraction. And she said, just sit on the toilet. Gravity will start your labor. And I sat on the toilet. 20 minutes later, I was in such heavy labor. I had to get help to get up. The contractions were coming so strong.
Interesting.
I know. There's a story in here. I wish somebody would have told me a long time ago.
So sitting on the toilet help you get your.
It was the contraction started. Another woman, I didn't
That's
find
an
this
interesting
other
secret.
one out till after I was done having 13 children. That if you are like your baby, your due date has passed and you're kind of ready to go into labor, eat eggplant. And I did not know this. Eggplant will put a woman in labor. So there was a restaurant in Georgia, and they made a special dish for women who were ready for the baby to be born. And they had a whole wall with all the babies' pictures that had been born after eating that eggplant.
Wow.
I know. I was like, why didn't nobody ever tell me this?
Interesting.
So, yes. I couldn't believe it. Oh my God, I had 13 children. No one ever told me this.
So eggplant induces labor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know. And women go walking. I was walking.
And all you gotta do is just eat.
Eat some eggplant.
Wow. That's the secret, y'all. And now you're eggplant barbershop.
That's it. That's the story.
This is wonderful. And then you go into caring for your newborns and your infants. And this is just a great book for women, especially young women.
Yes.
Just to get them some knowledge. The little girls need self-control.
Yes.
What you saying? Because all kids need self-control.
No, but girls, because they're the ones that can get pregnant. Teaching girls to, have self-control will stop a lot of single mothers.
Okay, you right. You right. Now, who's the oldest child? You said your girls. One of your girls
Yeah,
is
one
oldest.
of my girls, yes.
Okay. This is a great. And then you get into raising teenagers.
Yeah, I know. And there's a chapter
Because
for
you had
men.
teenagers. You probably had.
Oh my goodness, we had 4 girls who were teenagers all at the same time.
Wow.
That was every day. Like these girls. Oh my goodness, especially during their cycles. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Now, was there a moment though? Because I hear if the women in the house, everyone kind of eventually get on the same cycle. Did that ever happen?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Even like me
It's
and
interesting how nature
my
does
daughters. Yeah, so we'd all be like synced.
Try to get into the bathroom.
No, it's crazy. But with having 4 daughters and them having, cramping, I created a tea that helps.
I used to have cramps so
I
bad.
know, and especially when you're a teenager, you get them really bad.
Yeah, mine was horrible.
Yeah. So yeah, I had to create a tea, and it helped. They calmed down, and the cramping wasn't so bad.
See, I wish I had your tea. What I had was a hot water.
That's what I had to do when I was a teenager. Get the hot water bottle.
I love that hot water bottle.
I would go to sleep. Go to sleep every time.
But okay, and you dealing with your teens about sex and honoring thy father and thy mother. That's important, young people.
It is.
My mother was told if you kiss a boy, you get pregnant.
I know that. Oh my goodness, that story had me cracking up. I was like, who came up with that one? So,
they just try to warn them, so don't even think about it.
Yeah, because if you tell them if you kiss them, you get pregnant, so they're just like, oh well.
And then she said, so she didn't kiss her boyfriend, but they did other things, and she ended up pregnant.
Exactly. That's what to me. I'm like, so who came up with that? Like, why would you say don't kiss or you'll get pregnant? And they just go, not kiss, but do other stuff. Like, come on.
That's funny. And then in her book, she deals with personal hygiene and natural skincare. This is a great book. Very thorough. Very thorough. And then you discuss your difficult subjects. Yeah. Oh, we're going to difficult subjects?
Difficult subjects. And we have Grandma's dark secrets in there, too.
Oh.
Grandma's dark secrets, Grandpa's dark secrets. Like I said, there's a whole chapter for men in the book. So it's the good, the bad,
and the ugly. Should I tell my husband I cheated?
I know. And like I said.
Some stuff you take to the grave. That was Grandma said in the chapter.
No.
Take to the grave.
No.
Oh, she didn't say
No. Because a relationship has to be built off of trust. So, you can't do that and expect to have a really good. I mean, if that's an eternal lie. The whole time you're together, there's this big lie lingering in the air, and no.
You're right.
Don't take that.
And a lot of the relationships have that lie lingering.
And then you don't know why you're. Like, the man can feel something ain't right, and then you start the bickering starts, and he's like, I don't even know why.
Okay, but imagine though, once you tell them, because some men can't recover.
Well,
like some people can't handle the truth, right?
What?
So I guess if it's over, it's over.
Think about the repercussions of their actions before they do what they do. But you should not. You should not lie.
I agree. Mm-hmm. Keep it real. Mm-hmm. Oh, she get into some real stuff too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a good book.
Thank you.
What's Doctor's Dark Secrets?
I know. There's so much in there.
Grandma said the N-word.
I know.
If Grandma said the N-word, there's some issues going on, okay? Because Grandma's trying not to say the N-word. So if you take her there, it's a problem.
For real. Yeah.
And she did. I told y'all little niggas to get out.
Yes.
That's awful. But they done got on her nerves.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and Grandma's dark secrets. We don't put nobody's names because we don't want to shame people.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
And she get into We just dealt with sexual abuse.
Yes.
And it's crazy. It's just crazy to me. And I didn't know you had wisdom of the patriarchs.
Yeah, like I said, there's a whole chapter for men. It's not just for women.
Look at this.
Yes. Oh no, we got a low battery going on.
It's libation and love letter to brothers.
Yes, sister
Oh,
wrote
wow.
that. Yes.
We might need to bring you back for when we deal. No, when we deal with our men.
Yes,
Wait a minute.
I know. I just saw that. Like,
Okay,
it's getting low.
it's getting low. Okay,
Oh no.
but this is great. I didn't realize you have. I thought it was just okay.
No, and then I have a YouTube channel because I can't get everything in the book, so I'm doing interviews on my YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's
far,
awesome.
I have interviewed Judge Joe Brown. I have interviewed Dr. Nailani Valentine, the midwife that was, like I said, she's been a midwife.
What's your YouTube channel? I need to follow you.
It's called Grandma's Secrets and Grandpa's Wisdom. So, yeah.
Okay, Grandma's Secrets and Grandpa Wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So,
Now, why you didn't say Grandma's Wisdom?
Grandma's Secrets, because the book's called Grandma's Secrets, so I had to stick with that because it's the YouTube channel is part of the book. It's just an extension.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because Grandma got a lot of wisdom. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to have Grandpa's wisdom, that just
Big Mama. Okay, y'all. So we've covered the book. It's a lot in this book.
There's a lot because you haven't.
What's the secret woo?
So those are things like one lady said her grandmother would always check her purse to see if she had black-eyed peas in her purse because black-eyed peas are supposed to bring wealth. So, no, that's the woo-woo.
Well, that's why they cook them at the beginning of the year.
Exactly. And her grandmother said you need to keep them in your purse. So, hey.
And I ain't mad.
Yes. It is.
There's some good stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
Learn your dream language.
Yes. Learn your dream language.
What was that about?
Dreams, because people wake up and I had this weird dream and they don't know what it's about. But if you start to understand, like, always keep it in like a dream journal, and then you start to understand what certain things in your dream mean. Because like people buy dream books, but they don't always have the same meaning for everybody. Because your dreams is your subconscious. So how your subconscious translates things is important.
Do you keep a dream journal?
I sure do. I do.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, we are out of time.
No, we don't want this thing to shut off.
Never put your hat on the bed.
Oh yeah, like I said, anything that's kind of them superstitions, that's in the woo-woo section.
All right. If someone accidentally touches your foot with a broom while sweeping, you must quickly throw salt over your left shoulder to ward off
All that
bad
so
luck.
Lord, the people especially from Louisiana. They got all that. Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Yeah, they got them. Like, what?
Good stuff. Okay, I think this is wonderful.
Thank you.
I'm so excited that you're at completion with it. This is wonderful. This Grandma's Secrets, y'all. Make sure you add this to your library. Get this book. It's got some wonderful nuggets in this.
Thank you.
We can feed off this book all year long.
Yeah, there's a lot of remedies.
Yeah.
A lot of remedies in there.
All right, well, tell the folks where to find you.
Yes. So
if y'all want to get in touch
my
with
YouTube channel, Grandma's Secrets and Grandpa's Wisdom.
Okay.
And then I have an Etsy page. It is transitionalhealing.etsy.com where I make a lot of remedies. So I sell them on my Etsy page.
Okay. Well, wonderful.
Yes.
And let's talk about some of your stuff.
So thieves oil, a lot of people are familiar with thieves oil, but for those who aren't, this was used during the bubonic plague to keep people from getting sick.
Okay.
So I make it in a hand sanitizer.
It's called No Thieves at My Door.
Yeah, I call it No Thieves at My Door.
Oh, it's a hand sanitizer?
That was a hand sanitizer. This one is a vapor rub. I also make a nasal inhaler, and I make No Thieves at My Door soap. So,
okay, now for those who are not familiar with No Thieves at My Door, what is that?
Because thieves oil originated from during the bubonic plague. Thieves were going door to door stealing from people. So I said, hey, well, I'll make mine No Thieves at My Door because you're using the stuff so you're not sick.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is dealing with protection. Okay.
Yes. For people who suffer from varicose veins. It's called
Oh
Happy
gosh,
Healthy
I need
Legs.
this. I will rub it on my legs right now. Really? It'll get rid of it?
It does, especially the pain, and it like the swelling. It brings down the swelling, the pain. It goes away, and even like the veins that are showing, they lighten. They don't completely go away, but it does lighten up. But the pain, oh my goodness, the pain is gone. Like completely.
Wow.
So, yeah, and I'm making anti-inflammation tea. I make, like I said, the teas for pregnant women, nursing women. I have a lot of stuff. You just have to check out my Etsy page.
Okay, and you can find her on Etsy at what's your Etsy?
Transitionalhealing.etsy.com.
Okay, and we're gonna continue to Grandma's Secrets because that'll be so much easier to get to. This is your brand now, okay?
I know.
Grandma's Secrets.
I know, but I've had the Etsy
But I
page
love it.
before the book came.
Oh,
I've been doing
okay.
remedies for a long time.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. So thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate. We had such a fun time just going through this book, Grandma's Secrets. It's really, I love this book. It got nuggets. It got recipes. It got stories. I mean, it's so much in this book. So definitely an ad for your library.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes, and I guess I got to turn off my own live because. Here she comes. All right, so be sure to come to the Doc Bookshop if you're ever in the Fort Worth area.
Yes.
We would love to see you here, and definitely follow SynahMoon Meroe. Learn more about her on YouTube, and definitely get her book. We have it at the store, and this book is actually sold wherever books are sold. So if you're not in our area, go to your local bookstore.
Or
get her
actually,
book.
not in the bookstores. It's on Amazon.
It's in the bookstores.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. So
it's with Ingram. If it's with Ingram, it's in the bookstores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
I learn something new every day.
Okay.